Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing something a little different, a foundation review and wear test. What? I feel like it has been so long since I have tried a foundation, even though we went through this stage where it was just foundation after foundation after foundation, especially over the summer, where I was like, I don't want to put another foundation on my face. But I'm now back in the mood to try out foundations, and finally another one came out that I wanted to try, and this is from Estee Lauder. It's called the Futurist Hydra Rescue Moisturizing Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 45. I saw this and I immediately grabbed it. I knew I wanted to try it out. I've really been enjoying hydrating formulas lately. And again, I just, I kind of want to put down some eyeshadow palettes. I have 30 more that I need to do reviews on. And speaking of eyeshadow and makeup, if you want to see how I created this look, I just did a video with the new MAC Lunar Illusions collection. So if you want to see that, I will have that linked down below. But today we're talking about this foundation. I'm going to get into all the information. I'm going to apply it. I have it on today, but I'm going to show you me applying it the other day and talk about some comparisons when I put it on with a brush versus today when I put it on with a sponge, and just some other things that I would like to talk about. But anywho, let's go ahead and get into the information. This is what the bottle looks like. It reminds me a lot of the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation. So it's got that tube. You open it up and you have the pump. The shade that I got is 2-in-1 Desert Beige. I want to just forewarn you guys, like if you're a match to me, this is my absolute perfect color for the winter. Right now, when I put this on, it's like, it's perfectly neutral. It's not yellow, it's not pink, it's neutral. But my body is a little bit darker than what this is, but it's still working for me because long sleeve season. But if you are the same shade as me in the winter, then this is probably going to work for you. But right now, I would need something a little bit darker if I was wearing short sleeves. So just keep that in mind. It retails for $45 and you're actually getting a little bit more than the standard 1 ounce or 30 mils. You're getting 1.2 ounces or 35 mils. So that makes me happy. I like having a little bit extra. The details. It says it's a flawless foundation with breathable coverage and a radiant finish. Powered with Estee Lauder skincare to hydrate, soothe, and protect. The coverage is medium, the finish is radiant, it's a liquid foundation. The skin type, normal, dry, combination, and oily according, that's Sephora, so I feel like I should probably get on Estee Lauder's site to see if that's actually what they say as well. And then, like I said, it has an SPF of 45. Under the section that says what else you need to know, it reads, clinical testing shows it soothes visible redness and irritation, protects against pollution with antioxidants, and hydrates instantly and all day. It evens skin tone and covers redness, dark spots, and imperfections. It looks natural and breathable, buildable to medium full coverage that lasts 12 hours. I'm quickly going to get on the Estee Lauder website so that I can see if, the claims for what type of skin type it is for are true, because Sephora plays, they're like, it's for everybody. And it's not always the case. I am not seeing this on the Estee Lauder website. What? Let me type it in. No, it's legit not showing up. I typed it in and everything on the Estee Lauder site and it is not showing up. So I guess we're going with what Sephora says. All right, so what I am going to do is I'm going to apply this. You're going to see me applying it the other day, and I wore it for 13 hours. So I went past the 12-hour mark. I didn't even know that this was supposed to be a long wearing foundation. I just knew I had Pilates and it would be a perfect day to truly test out a foundation. I love it when I can test out a foundation and I'm going to be out doing things, especially if I'm going to be sweating, which definitely happens during Pilates. So let's go ahead and apply this to the skin. What I did the very first day that I used it was go in with my favorite foundation brush right right now, and it's from BK Beauty, the 106. And I just kind of dotted it all around, and then I buffed it into the skin. I noticed immediately that this had a lot of radiance to it. So that claim is 110% true. It's definitely a radiant finish foundation. Because of my pores, and I do have like little imperfections, a little bit of texture on my skin. That's why I love powder so much, because it smooths everything out. I was a little bit concerned because when I was buffing it in, it looked radiant, but it also, I felt like it kind of accentuated my pores. It didn't sink into them, but it accentuated them. So you're going to see a close-up. I feel like I got a nice medium coverage, a light medium. So I don't feel like it really would cover up anything if I had like acne spot or anything like that. But I got a nice light medium coverage. However, I felt like I could see where my pores were just a little bit more than what I wanted or what I would prefer. So I wasn't hopeful, you guys. I was not hopeful that whenever I went in with my powder that it was going to make it go away, but it did. Oh my gosh, it looked so pretty. I went from being like, oh no, I'm gonna have a horrible makeup day, to wow, this looks so good. And so you're gonna see now, I powdered, I finished off my makeup and everything. It is smooth. It is so smooth. My skin does not look dry. It doesn't look cakey. It looks amazing. So I was ready for the day, you know. And because my Pilates is so far away, it takes me an hour and a half to get there. And then I don't do 1 hour, sessions. I'm there at least for 2.5 hours. And I forgot my vlogging camera, so I didn't get to show you guys right afterwards. But as soon as I got home, this is at 7 hours. After Pilates, I still look like flawless. I kept asking my instructor even during my session. I was like, how's my makeup look? Because she knows that I do these type of videos. She's like, it looks really good. It looks really fresh. I was like, excited, I was like, oh, I'll try, something new. I was getting excited about it. And I got in the car afterwards, I was looking at it, and I was impressed. And then I wiped off my lipstick. That's why my lipstick changed. I put on a different gloss because I just did not feel like doing anything. I was so tired. And then I went and actually laid down. I laid on my back so that I wouldn't end up disturbing my makeup. I was doing some editing and just like light housework, whatever. And this is 6 hours later. 13 hours into the day, this is what it looked like. I did get a little bit of shine breakthrough right on the corner of my nose. I think that was probably my biggest issue with the foundation, was right here. I think my pores are the largest right around the sides of my nose, and they can look not so cute, especially on camera sometimes. But that was my biggest issue, and that was it. Not even my pores up here looked bad. I got barely shiny on my nose. Like, I could have tapped that away with a tissue, no problem, or like a blotting sheet. It looked amazing. I was so shocked. I didn't even know until just now, literally just now, that it was supposed to last 12 hours. So that claim, absolutely true. I think that this is a really nice medium coverage foundation. I do not think that this foundation will go to the full coverage claim, that it's buildable to full coverage. I think medium is right where it's at. It looks really beautiful. The consistency of it, let me show you and not get on my shirt. And you can see it'll start running because it is a really thin consistency. Not super thin to where you're going to see completely through it and it's not going to have any coverage. It does have nice coverage. It's just not going to be full coverage. I would not pick this up if I had acne spots or something that was really dark on my face, because I don't think that it would cover it up. I have not tried this with a primer all over my face yet. I always have my primers on my pores. So I have Max Skin Refine Zone and I have my Milk Makeup Blur Primer just on my pore area. But I have not tried this with another primer on the outskirts of my face. I am curious to see what this looks like with the TATCHA Silk Canvas. I don't feel like I would necessarily need something like the By Terry with this because it is a very hydrating foundation, but I'm very curious to see what it looks like with the Silk Canvas because that really smooths out the skin, and then putting this foundation on top of it, I'm curious about that. I want to tell you my experience between brush application and the sponge. So today I used the sponge. I had much more troubles with trying to get my pores under control when I used the sponge. I feel like the actual application, everything looked really beautiful. I feel like I probably got just a little bit more coverage out of the brush than I did with the sponge, but nothing night and day, just a little bit more coverage with the brush. The problem with the sponge for me is that I am combo and I get oily in my T-zone. I feel like that extra little bit of water that you get from the damp sponge made it just a little bit too luminous, a little bit too radiant for my skin. So I really had to bake today, and I don't typically do that. I had to bake twice to make it to where my pores were smooth like they were the other day. So I know that for me and my skin type, I am going to continue to use a brush with this foundation because I just think that the sponge is a little bit too much for me. But if you are dry, I think that this foundation is going to be so great for you because it's going to lay on your skin so nicely, but then using a sponge with it on top of that, it's going to be even better. I think that this foundation is going to be best suited for combo, normal, dry. I wouldn't suggest this to somebody who is oily. I feel like while oily skin definitely could use the hydration from this, I think that you're going to get shiny a lot quicker if you have oily skin. So I would kind of, if you want to try it, you can, but I would say that this is best suited for combo, normal, and dry skin types. Medium coverage, radiant finish, and if you want it to be even more radiant, use a sponge. I'm a little concerned about the sunscreen in this because it could break me out. With that being said, it hasn't yet, but most foundations that have sunscreen in them do break me out. I will just have to keep you guys updated and let you know if that happens. So far, so good, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. I'll just have to let you guys know. But I have to tell you that so far, I'm really happy with this. I love the way it looks. I love the way that it lasts. And I will definitely be using it with my 106 brush from BK Beauty. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. What did you think about it on my skin? Have you tried this? If you have, let me know what your thoughts are, or if you're going to be picking it up, let me know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.